We have hard evidence that the Biden stimulus package is creating jobs right here in the U.S. And by stimulus package, I mean opening up the southern border. And by jobs, I mean hardcore gangs and human trafficking.
This AI don't make sense, but I got two in my pants. But if I end up in a raggedy old tent, at least I can count with no hands. Best believe I'm eating dirt. Grass has a lot of nutrition. Down in the underground town, I'm on a secret mission.
Yes, the law of unintended consequences is in full effect down on our southern border. You're watching it just spiral out of control as the Biden administration's all, well, it's not even Biden, whoever's in control, whatever panel, insect-like hive panel that is now running this country because the president is a near vegetable. They are opening up new jobs, and they're not the kind of jobs that you want in America.
Are at Reuters, Mexico City. Mexico's government is worried the new U.S. administration's asylum policies are stoking illegal immigration and creating business for organized crime, according to officials and internal assessments seen by Reuters. Look, here's all our little buddies. Biden, let us in. Biden, let us in. We need to hire some more gangs. We need to sell some of these children.
This is where I don't understand the people that can't support Trump because he was a crude man, because he said grab a woman by the They can project their morality and say, I could never check the box for him. But in not being able to check the box for him, this is the morality that you inherit. Previously unreported details in the international assessments based on testimonies and intelligence gathering state that gangs are diversifying methods of smuggling and winning clients as they eye U.S. measures that will incentivize migration. So migration and these criminals are being incentivized by Biden's compassion and goodness at the border. Here's another quote. Among U.S. steps Mexico worries are encouraging migration are improved support for victims of gangs and violence, streamlining of the legalization process, and suspension of Trump-era accords that deported people to Central America. This is just the way that you have to be an adult and have some long-term wisdom to see the reality of what's happening. Sometimes bad people can do good. And good people end up doing far worse horrors with the best of intentions. I'm Doug TenNapel in Exile. Finally, some good news out of Daily Variety, the big Hollywood magazine. Cable news channels, their ratings are crashing because Trump is out of office. They're getting destroyed.
Today, I came to party. Drinking with my girls, drinking with my boys. Bones in the air, now click. Bones in the air, now click. Bones in the air, now click. Click, click. Bones in the air, now click.
What's it like to run a business so sucky and so terrible that you're reliant on President Trump to fulfill all of your entertainment needs? Well, that's what's happening with cable right now. It's crashing out. Because people were mesmerized by Trump, and people see Biden, and it reminds us all one day that we're going to be lying on our deathbed.
His White House tenure may be over, but Donald Trump is sorely missed by cable news networks. Variety has previously covered the initial ratings decline Fox News, MSNBC, and most of all, CNN saw in President Biden's first week.
There's core traits to entertainment and even to news. You have to surprise people. You have to be engaging. You have to be interesting. Ideally, those things often happen in people who are unique. All of cable network just got a little more boring because Trump left the room. By the way, even this channel's views are way down. Of course, I don't care because I did not earn this audience nor this channel. It was thrown on my lap. I'm sure looking forward to Trump getting back in the heat of things because then our views will automatically go up.
Here's comparing, looking at November 30th to December 4th versus March 1 to 5th. the CNN Tonight with Don Lemon.
Thank you so much.
Well, what the hell did you put me on the show for?
Well, I put you on the show to get you on to talk about your series. We talked for a long time, actually.
I know, but we talked for a long time off the camera.
The new show, Mike Tyson Mysteries, airs every Monday
Don
night
Lemon
at 10:30 p.m.
Can't make lemonade out of lemons. He's down 32%. In other good news, Anderson Cooper 360 is down 32%.
Statements lately, but that seems
Well,
that's
I don't
no
even know who
longer
told
your
you
policy.
this. I don't even know.
Is that your policy?
Let me just tell you what my policy is.
Cuomo primetime, not the murderer, the news anchor, down 28%.
He is the worst president we have ever seen.
All in with Chris Hayes. I don't even know who that is.
And, quote, more due process was afforded to those accused in the Salem witch trials. Fact check, not true.
That's because he's on MSNBC, down 16%. The Ingram angle, she's our gal. She's one of the good girls, down 9%. No Trump to help her out. Last Word with Lawrence O'Donnell. Oh no, I believe all have the last word. You suck. Down 17%. Sean Hannity, perfect hair of a parakeet, down 11%. Tucker Carlson, the Spittle King, only down 4%. He's not suffering that bad. And then Rachel Maddow, down 9%. With these ratings down, this is the population of some countries.
Yes, they're down, but this is the great part. It's clear that CNN is the network that misses Trump the most.
Do you miss me yet? Do you miss me yet?
They're hurting. They're dying on the vine. Don't worry, MSNBC. You'll have plenty more to cover when he's back in 2024. We will save your networks. I'm Doug TenNapel in exile. Trump asked the legendary Herschel Walker to run in Georgia, and if he does, he's going to take it.
Poor man who wants to rap. They think I'm crazy, think I'm lazy, do you know how? You think I'm joking, I ain't hoping for new eyebrows. I think I'll party.
Trump asked Herschel Walker to run for Senate in Georgia. These are the two Georgia seats that we lost. If he runs, Herschel Walker is just a winner, has a long history of winning. He's a sprinter, professional football player. He played for the Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. He was the #1 college football player in the world. In 1982, he won the Heisman Trophy. And one of the problems that we had in Georgia were two, Loeffler and Perdue, so-so, pretty weak candidates. Herschel Walker would take Georgia by storm. It will be a cakewalk. Next year, 2022, this is how Trump cleans up the Republican swamp.
One time, I planned to take his kids to Disney World with my family. At the last minute, Donald said he'd like to join us. So there he was, in a business suit, on It's a Small World ride. That was something to see. It just shows you what a caring, loving father he is. It hurt my soul to hear the terrible names that people call Donald.
So my sense is that because Herschel Walker loves America, he's going to run to help save America. This is part of the 2022 cleanup. It's going to be a big, giant party going forward. And if you think the Stacey Abrams machine on the ground of Georgia is going to work against Herschel Walker, they're not going to do it. I'm Doug TenNapel in exile. Nancy Pelosi won in the polls as the least popular member of Congress.
Secret mission, I'm a plumber. Then they underground, I'm a plumber. On a secret mission, I'm a plumber. Then they underground, I'm a plumber. On a secret mission, I'm a plumber. Then they underground, I'm a plumber. On a secret mission.
How is this possible with all of the incredible good that Nancy Pelosi does? Such a loving woman. Clearly, this poll was conducted by some right-wing Fox News polls. Wrong, it was CNN.
New species of crocodile, Nancy Pelosi, received a very unfavorable rating from a majority of battleground congressional district voters, a new poll finds. She's the winner. She's #1. You got top marks on this one, Nancy Pelosi. Very unfavorable. Who got unfavorable? Who's the underachiever who got merely unfavorable? Nancy Pelosi got very unfavorable. A poll conducted by the National Republican Congressional Committee among Pelosi is unpopular, with almost every key subgroup outside the Democrat Party base. 52% of those surveyed said they have an unfavorable view of Pelosi, the California Democrat elected in office in 1897. In districts which split their votes between Republicans and Democrats in 2020, Pelosi only received a favorable rating from 38% of respondents.
I'm pretty sure Nancy Pelosi getting 38% positive results from some respondents is proof that polls can't be trusted. It's proof there's also some serious polling integrity issues